The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of WBGR Network. Any questions or concerns about what is said should be directed to the show host, whose information will be provided upon request.
Hey everyone, welcome to I'm the CEO Show. I am your co-host, Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator, and today I'm joined by my co-host,
Mr. James Burrell, aka the Professor. What's happening?
Whoo, James. Today's show it's gonna be fire. Today's show is gonna be a lot of heat. So I know we get ready to come out of summer, but this is gonna feel like this is gonna be one of them July, June, August, one of them dog days of summer shows.
Bringing the heat.
Bringing the heat, baby. Bringing the heat. And if you don't notice, they was talking about me today. I got the nice, good maroon burgundy. I am the CEO shirt. I just got to give
Brother,
it a shout
that
out.
burgundy is fire. I gotta give it to you, man. That burgundy is hot.
And I've been working out. I haven't been working out. I've been losing weight. I got some things we may talk about it a little bit later. We're gonna talk about health a little bit later because I've been doing some things to trim down to try to get my physique. And I know some of y'all saying, Eric, with the guns are popping, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till a couple of months. Wait till I actually hit the gym. I'm 14 pounds down without even hitting the gym.
Wow.
Just on diet. Just on strict diet. And if you want to know, comment diet. Comment healthy. Comment something. Eric, tell me what you're doing.
Eric, what if they want to get one of these fly burgundy shirts like that? Where do they go?
You got to go to IamTheCEO.biz. IamTheCEO.biz. James, we in a season. Should I give them a discount code?
Let's do it. I'm feeling to give them
5%, 10%. What?
Give them 20.
20?
Give them 20.
Are you kidding me?
Give them 20.
Are y'all ready for 20% discount, 20% off, 20% savings? Well, here's the deal. We're going to give y'all 20% savings. James, I forgot the code for 20%, so I might just have to do 30%.
That's how you feel?
I don't feel that way, but since I forgot the code, I ain't got an option. Go to IamTheCEOShow.biz. IamTheCEO.biz. IamTheCEO.biz. And if you put in the code CEO3030,
That's the VIP code, man.
that's the VIP code. CEO3030. You put in CEO3030, you'll get 30% off our merchandise. That code is only going to be valid. I'm going to shut it down in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm going to give them 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Get y'all, some of y'all got to get your pay period. You want to go shop till you drop. That's the time. CEO3030. IamTheCEO.biz. So if somebody can comment and type that. If you're watching, if you could type in CEO3030, IamTheCEO.biz, you'll see the commercials. Make sure you go. Or you can go to IamTheCEOShow.com and go shop. It's right there too. They can go to our website, IamTheCEOShow.com, and shop. It's right there. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in. James, you talked about this, and you kind of segued into this, the sales process.
Yes, sir.
Talking about understanding the sales process. What you just did was talked about our merchandise.
Yeah.
In the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes people out there, these entrepreneurs, they really don't understand the process of how to interject their merchandise into the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a heavy piece. What's your take on that? Being able to interject your products and service into a conversation.
Well, it's a mindset, Eric, and it's a choice we all make because as grown-ups, as I say, people over the age of 18, I want to start there as my clarification as a grown-up.
Okay.
Anyone over 18, when you have a conversation, you're going to do one or two things.
What's that?
You're going to talk about someone else's business or your own.
Hold on. That's interesting. You're either talking about somebody else's business or your own.
Yeah. Think about it. Like, let that marinate for a minute. Some of y'all going to get that around noon. I mean, tomorrow around noon. It's going to kick in.
Yeah.
But
on the drive home.
yeah. But think about it. when you open up a conversation, you have two options. And usually what happens is people talk about their business first, but it's really, really short. So it's my business, and then once that's over, they talk about everyone else's business.
So when you talking about the Washington football team, the coach just got fired. That's a conversation people want to talk about, but it's talking about somebody else's business.
And last time I checked, Daniel Snyder is the CEO.
He is. You know, a lot of people call it my team. What's your take on that? I know you're an athlete, and it's hard. We're gonna talk sports. Wasn't supposed to go there, but y'all can. It's a lot of business principles in this conversation right here.
Yeah.
Because you're an athlete.
Yeah.
Right? Ex-athlete. Now, I'm going to let y'all know the conversation. Me and him had a conversation about 3 years ago. We were talking ex-athlete. Trust me, he wouldn't let nobody beat him. Nobody could beat him. So that's why I'm still saying athlete. And people say my team, though.
Yeah.
My team, my city. What's your take on that, my team?
It's fantasy. And I know they have fantasy leagues now, so it's funny, but yeah, it's fantasy. It's make pretend GM. It's make pretend owner.
Okay.
It's like when you're a little kid to say, I want to play doctor.
Yeah.
I want to play Cowboys and Indians. It's the adult version of that, in my opinion. Because it's not your team. Do you receive any dividend checks?
No.
Revenue share?
No.
How about revenue from parking?
No.
Any of the beverages money that they some $9 beers they sell at the Ravens where the Ravens play? I was about to give out some free advertising, but I stopped myself.
Stop yourself.
But yeah, you don't receive any of that. When they divvy up those playoff checks, do you get one?
No.
As a fan, right? So, do you have any stock in the team?
No, you don't.
So, where is it your team?
But that's my team. They represent. I'm saying, man, I got my shirt, I got my gear, my car, the headrest. You ain't gonna tell me that Washington football team ain't my team. I've been a diehard fan. Short for
Customer. That's what it's short for. Fan equals customer. Doesn't equal owner.
okay.
So I don't know how you can make the claim from something that's yours that you keep buying. If it's yours, why you have to keep buying it?
That's true.
Follow me?
Dan Snyder bought the team one time.
One time.
He still owns it.
It's his team. Go walk in his office and see if you can make some decisions with his team since it's your team.
Woo!
Follow me?
But and what's your take on that? Because a lot of times people are so more passionate about their sports team. It's football season. They're more passionate. And I've seen this is entrepreneurs. These are business owners. This is some of you. Some of y'all are more passionate about your sports team than your own family. I don't want to go hit them hard, but they're more passionate about the sports team than their business. Well, what's the take on that though?
Because it goes back to what I said in the beginning. You only talk about two things.
Okay.
Your business first. But for most people, it's so short. So you run out. So all you have left is to talk about someone else's.
Whoo, that's hot. Jay, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna touch on this right after commercial. We're gonna come back and talk more about this. Don't turn this dial, because this thing is about to get hot in here.
Rep your own team.
Rep your own. That's why we got this gear. I am the CEO. You can wear this. It is your business. It represents you. It's not about us, the company. It's about I am the CEO. It's all on you, ladies and gentlemen. After this commercial, we're going to talk about that. I like that music. Hey, Hey everyone, welcome to I'm the CEO Show. I am your co-host Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator, and today I am joined by my co-host,
Mr. James Burrell, aka the Professor.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about understanding the sales process. Now, it's football season, and I'm a football fan. But you just told me, James, I'm not just a fan, because fan is fantasy. But you said fan, I thought you were going to say fan was short for fantasy. But you told me fan is short for customer?
Customer. Mm-hmm.
So, they call them fans. They call us fans, because I'm a fan. But they call us fans, so it reminds me like the casino. When you go to a casino, you don't spend your own money. What are you spending?
Chips.
Chips. But those chips represents the dollar bills that you went and put in to get a chip.
Absolutely.
So by calling me a fan and not a customer, I feel a little bit better.
That's when you feel like you have some ownership. By changing the word, it gives you the impression that you have some type of stake in those companies. Because if you really break them down, they are all individual franchises.
Okay.
That's just a fact.
Okay.
Those are franchises. So it'd be no different than if you walked around with a KFC shirt on and said, "Woo, go Colonel." It's no difference. You see? One is a franchise, the other is a franchise owned by someone. That's not you.
And I don't see people going around going, okay. But for a while, they was going crazy.
They was going for Popeyes. Come on now. They was you. Come on. Come on now. So that's why I brought that up. That's why I brought that up.
And so people are starting to realize they're going crazy. All these promotions, all this advertising, all this marketing, and it starts to sit on them. About $30 million worth of marketing later.
Yeah, but $26 million in free marketing. That's work. Okay, I want y'all. Marketing is work.
Yeah.
Companies pay huge. There's allocated budgets right now in most companies for marketing. Would you agree to that?
I would agree. Yeah.
They didn't have to spend theirs. They put theirs in their pocket because they had fans that went out there and marketed and promoted it for free. $26 million.
So you got the sports team. So my alma mater, University of Maryland, we got fans. We tailgate. We make it good for the fans to come in. But that's what you're saying. We're making it good for the customers.
Yes.
Changing the word gives me an impression that I'm a customer. So if I'm an entrepreneur out there, so some of these business owners, should they change some of their wording?
I believe so. I believe so, Eric. Because the fact remains is you don't own the team. That's the fact.
Yeah.
Everybody, because your question was, why do people claim to say my team?
That's what we
That's
started.
my squad.
Yeah.
You know, I hear people talking all the time. We won last night.
Yes.
We? I didn't see you out there on the field. I didn't see you calling any plays. You wasn't in the booth sending out any signals to the quarterback, but we won last night.
Yeah.
You see that claim on it? It's part of my, and I know some people even go as far as saying, well, my taxpayers built the stadium. So my tax dollars that I pay built that stadium, so I have a piece of that team.
No, some people they break it down to the tax.
Yes, sir. They took my tax dollars to use to build the revenue for the stadium. So technically, I'm paying for this.
But you had no own.
But you don't own it. But you don't own it.
You don't own it. That's see when you start understanding the sales process, because a lot of times people are afraid of selling, and we're in the process
for themselves.
Let's talk about that one. Afraid of selling for themselves.
Yes.
So they're not afraid of selling.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like again, people come in. I'm looking at my partner right now. Got an NFL hat on right now. Selling.
Man, he want to take you gonna make him want to take that hat off. But guess what? He needs to take that.
Selling.
But it's selling.
Unconsciously though.
Unconsciously, it's selling.
You follow me?
Yeah.
Because if someone see that, I like that.
Yeah.
And they go and purchase it, what does this person get out the deal?
Nothing. You know, it reminds me back in the car business. So understand the sales process. You said a lot of times we say we don't like to sell. We're not good salespeople. But I look at people's pictures and posts. They got logos of other companies out there. They're promoting. And I've seen a lot of these birthday pictures. For some reason, social media wants to show me everybody's birthday pictures. And everybody got they're proud promoting somebody else's product and service. And I'm saying to myself, you know, you got a product and service. But then I'm also seeing some people start to get smart and starting they don't have no logo shirt. They got plain shirts, right? Or got a saying or a slogan on it. Like, I'm not going to just now, I'm realizing some people are waking up, I'm not just going to give out free advertisement. You know, I know for years I was that guy. I wore the other name brand shirts and stuff like that in my pictures. And I went back and looked at them, I'm like, man, wow, Eric, you was really promoting. You was selling for somebody and you didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it. Eric, I'm still trying to figure out how, I'm going to throw his name out there, how Mr. Jerry Jones, his team hasn't won the title since the 90s, and he still got people that don't even live in his state marketing and promoting for his team all over the country.
All over the country. You got some of those fans, some of those Dallas, Texas people, fans, and here in the Washington D.C.
Live in D.C.
And they ride and they talk about it, and I'm a diehard fan, and it comes out and they buy all the gear and all the stuff, and I'm looking at some of these people, and some of these people don't even support their own friends and family. They don't support their own local community shops.
Can I get even realer?
Yeah.
They don't even support themselves. I've seen people, Eric, walk around and talk about the Dallas Cowboys, start their own business, and don't even buy any merchandise for their own business to market their own business, but walk around with a Cowboy shirt and hat on every single day, but won't invest their money and put their own logo, their own business on their back.
Wow. So let's James. I'm gonna hit this. Let's go real. You know, you got a lot of people in this network marketing space. You've been in network marketing. I've been in network marketing. We're still actively involved in it. If I'm involved in network marketing, should I be representing the company that pays me a check, my business? Should I be wearing this shirt and the logo, the hats where I go?
You should. Because I remember when I had a job, there was a requirement to wear a uniform with the company logo on it.
Okay.
This is a part of business. When police officers are required to wear a uniform,
Yeah.
firefighters are required to wear a uniform.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a part of business.
Okay.
So you got to ask yourself, as a CEO, what is your uniform?
Wow.
What lets the world know you are in business for yourself?
Ooh. That's going to bring me to my next topic. You read the next slide right there. James, you just rolled right on into this one. Just roll right on into this. Next slide. The book, 9 Things Money Can't Buy. Because some of these things, some of these strategies, if you're in business, and if you're watching right now, you got to push hashtag 9 things. That's hashtag the number 9, THINGS. Hashtag 9 things. Comment now. I don't care if you're watching it live or you're watching the replay. Hashtag 9 things so we can put you on our mailing list so we can make sure you get a copy of this book. This book is a straight up guide to success. It says the entrepreneur's guide to success. It is that.
Eric, I had a lot of people asking me, who's this book targeted for? Who should go get this book?
James, you know, after the more I reread it, because right now, ladies and gentlemen, so those who are watching, we're still like in our final editing stage, and I think part of it, we got to just push it through. But we like part of it saying, nah, this thing is that good. It's that good that we just can't push it through. But I'm looking at it. It's for anybody who's trying to improve their life. We created for entrepreneurs, but James, some of the things, especially some of the things we talked about, and then some of the activities that Dr. Mary put in there. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we got a 3-part people. You're going to hear from the professor's point of view. You're going to hear from the doctor's point of view, Dr. Jock. You're going to hear from my point of view on all these different topics. And so it's a unique book because you got 3 different point of views on the same topics. And then at the end of each chapter, you had Dr. Mary, who's a world-renowned scholar. She comes and gives you activities, practical activities after each chapter so you can apply them. And those activities can be workshops used for trainings for organizations, parents, churches, sports youth groups. So anybody can take these activities and help create a better life for yourself. It's the guide, it's the blueprint. So who's this book for? I would say it started out for entrepreneurs, but now I think this book is for anybody who's really trying to improve their life. That's my take. What's your take? Who's this book for?
I think this book is for people who want to take responsibility for their future.
Okay.
And I believe that this book is the perfect blend of older knowledge and then applied knowledge that you can apply instantly by having these. I don't want to give away all the good stuff, but it's a good blend of real world practices, and it'll allow you to be active. This is a book that you don't read one time.
No,
this is a book that you keep going back to.
Yeah,
and you references.
yeah.
This is a tool. This is gonna be more of a tool.
It is
than anything else. Eric. It's be something that, like I said, you can't. I've read a lot of books, and I read them, and I might have a few months later went back to them and read them, but this book is one of a kind because this book actually holds you accountable for what you read.
Whoo, James, that's huge. That's the same thing. The book holds you accountable. If you go through it, the book holds you accountable for what you read. And not a lot of books do that. Usually the only time you see that is when you go in the education system.
Yep.
You go to school, and I think that's what some people say, why I pay for college? Because you're paying $100,000, $200,000 for education for simply not the book. It's because they got a professor who's holding you accountable for what you read. And that's why you pay $100,000 to $200,000 for a college education. They're going to get that in this book. Wow. Man, 9 things. You want to hashtag that and make sure you get the 9 things. So, James, with that being said, then I want to touch on this next topic right here, and it's kind of big. People crossing over. We're going to go to the next slide here. Now, we've been talking to now going back to entrepreneurs, people out there, because you're touching on people promoting. We saw in network marketing. Should you rep your company? Should you rep your business? And you said when you're on a job, the firefighters, the police officers, the person working at the fast food chains, the person working at the bowling alleys, they got a uniform on.
Yes.
And so, what does the uniform represent? Why are people in uniform? What does your uniform represent to you?
Well, the uniform actually, it's funny because when I was working a job, a lot of the people, my employees, they used to do whatever they could to avoid being in uniform. They might come with the top and don't have the pants. May have the pants, don't have the top. Don't want to wear a hat. Wear their own hat. The uniform was blue. They want to wear pink socks.
Okay.
So it was just like people didn't want to really conform to it because they didn't understand the business side of the uniform. Okay, and hopefully I can answer that from the business perspective.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for from the business.
Okay, so the uniform, number one, it's another form of marketing and advertising for the company. Okay, you want to get as many exposures for your product or service as possible. That's the name of the game. So if you can have your logo, your name of your company always in the customer's face, that is a part of the sales process we talked about earlier, the exposures. Okay. Yeah. Secondly, it creates uniformity. It allows the people that need help to identify who to go to. Instead of having to look around and say, who can I help? You know, who can help me? Who can help me? Oh, hey, you work here? Because they look at your uniform. So it's a way of being able to identify the customer service that you're going to need.
Let's stop there and that's another thing. So it lets people know who's in business, who's working in this business.
Yes.
And a lot of times, people out there in business and nobody knows what you do. They don't know who business you're in. You know, I see some people work for companies, they got a uniform, but they come home and when it comes time for their business, they don't have a uniform on.
Right.
You know, that's one of the things I'm going to go back to. I like that shirt because this shirt is fly. You got the hoodie.
Yeah, hoodie season, baby.
Y'all
know what it is? It's hoodie season.
But let me ask you this question. Rocking that hoodie.
Yeah.
Have you had uniforms that looked as fly as your hoodies?
No, my uniforms wasn't this fly. I just have to tell you, this the flyest uniform I ever had on. But this is the most powerful uniform, and the reason I say that because the response I get from people. Like I walked into an establishment. I almost caught myself. I walked into an establishment because I'm not gonna give y'all no free pub unless y'all send the check to imceoshow.com. But anyway, I walk into an establishment. And a young lady behind the counter asked me, "Am I hired?"
Okay.
I didn't say anything to her. I'm going in to pay for my stuff, to get my coffee and get going about my day. And she said, "Excuse me, sir. I see you are the CEO. Are you hiring?"
Wow.
I'm looking for something. So to me, it's more than just fashion.
Okay.
To me, it's everything. It's the whole beginning piece of my sales process.
I like that. It's part of your, so this is part of your sales process.
Yes.
And you know, every time I wear this out, and people always ask me, "Hey, you're the CEO. What do you do?" And I'm running into the studio the other day, and I'm trying to get upstairs, and they stop me. I'm the CEO. What do you do? And these are other business owners. These are people. I've had several people solicit me saying, "Are you hiring?" And now I'm able to share my opportunity. So it makes a statement without saying a word.
Without a word.
So so for some of y'all saying, "Hey, Eric, I don't got a uniform." You know what? Get the gear. I am the CEO show.com. I am the CEO.biz. Get the gear.
You know what, too, Eric? There's a lot of other people that are shy. They're not as outspoken as myself. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times, just having this shirt on, they've told me it helped people come up to them. So
Okay.
if you're in business where you have to network and recruit and prospect people, okay, sometimes having people ask you what you do could be the golden piece that what you need. So
Yeah.
this shirt does it for people, especially in that business type of business.
And it does, yeah. And that's why we want to talk about this crossover mindset. You know, we sell for everybody else, but not too often do we spend time selling for ourselves. We sell for everybody else, but you know, we'll sell ourselves, James, when it's come time to get the job. We'll fill out the resumes. You know, we'll get the referrals. We'll do everything for the traditional pathways of income. But when it comes time to generate revenue for your business, for your life, that's when people seem to get to pump the brakes. Like, well, I'm not a salesperson. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's for you. You know, I'm a people person, but I can't sell anything. But yet, little Johnny got some pizza to sell or some cookie dough to sell for a school fundraiser. Man, they all over the office. All over the office. But let them start their own business or join a network marketing program, and now you got to go sell your products and services. You don't want to tell nobody. I don't want to mess with my friends and family. I don't want to bother my friends and family. But you ain't had a problem bothering your friends and family for that pizza, that cookie dough.
Go out your way, Eric. I remember, and I know you watching, but I'm going to use my mom for example. She used to call me on the weekends and say, this grocery store has a sale on X, Y, and Z. She would go out her way to make sure that I knew that information.
So she was not only selling, she was referring and letting you know where you can go shop.
Which I love you for. I thank you for wanting to save me money.
Yeah.
But it came out of the consumer side of her brain.
Okay.
Okay? It's just that's what I'm going to do. I know my son has to buy food. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell him where to go to get it cheaper, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so we say...
Okay? Just to make it clear, there's nothing wrong with that.
We saying you got to save your money because that's being wise, but then do the same thing. What I'm hearing you say is do the same thing on the other side.
Go out of your way, mom, and say, hey, I got a sale on this massage this weekend. Let the world know that the same way you do about someone else's business.
About someone else's business. That's what we're saying. And it's hard sometimes for people, you know, because I've been hearing a lot about this, and I will shift gear because we got to talk real world. There's the last trial, the young gentleman who got killed in his house in Texas, and the police officer who shot him. And there's been a big debate about the judge coming down off the bench and consoling and giving the young lady a hug. Mm-hmm. And I've been hearing all this talk about this Amber Geist and this judge doing this. And one of my issues, James, is I'm asking myself is I'm hearing a lot of people, critics talk from different standpoints. But I'm wondering, is that the pattern that the judge did? Nobody ever tell me. I never heard anybody say to this day, does the judge do that on a regular basis? Was this a unique case? Or does the judge regularly give everybody hugs? Is that something the judge does? And the reason why I bring that up because it kind of brings back the same principle. If that's what the judge is doing to everybody, then that's what the judge does to everybody. But if that's what the judge is only doing for Amber in this case, then maybe I can think people have a problem with it. My question is, if you are just referring other people to everybody else's businesses, then do it consistently for yourself. Mm-hmm. See, the problem is when you don't do it for yourself, you do it for everybody else, but then you don't do it for yourself. There's one thing if you ain't doing it for, you ain't selling for nobody.
Right.
I can see, Eric, I'm not a salesperson. I look around, you ain't selling nothing. They ain't selling for nobody. They walk around blank tees all day long. They ain't got no labels or nothing. They just ain't selling. But then don't tell me you're not a salesperson and you walking around sporting a name brand. Your car got name brand. You walk around, your keys got name brand. Your shoes got name brand. Some of y'all got shirts. The name's all over. The whole shirt's imprinted with nothing but the designer's name, front and back. Proud of it. Taking pictures and saying, I'm not a salesperson.
All day.
You're a salesperson. You just ain't getting paid as a salesperson. That's the difference. We want to change that. Right at this commercial break, we're going to talk about making that money. James, they've been watching. People want to know how to make some money. You want to make some money? Don't go nowhere. Stay here at this commercial break. We're going to talk about putting some MONEY in your POCKETS. Hope I spelled it right.
From my experience, the ball goes flat for everyone, and many of these athletes aren't prepared.
The biggest thing for college athletes that I've seen and that I've experienced is really maintaining that scholarship. You know, there's no such thing as a 4-year scholarship. I never knew that before.
As far as the college process, it would be a benefit if coaches were able to educate me on the process. So that's something that I'm finding out that we're having to do on our own.
I wish there was an app that could walk me through the NCAA clearinghouse.
I find myself always wanting to rely on coaches. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to do it myself and help my son through his journey on the field and off the field.
When I was in school, it always felt like my parents were nagging me about my grades. I had the fastest track time in the district, so I just knew I was going to get a scholarship. When it didn't happen, I was devastated. Not only was my sports career over, but I was also not accepted into my college of choice.
If I had an app that would teach me about sports, I would love it.
Whether you like it or not, sports is a big part of our lives. In the U.S. alone, 36.2 million students grades K through 12 participated in sports for 2016. Did you know that high school participation has increased for 28 straight years? Youth athletics is now big business and is estimated to generate over $15 billion in 2017. The time and financial commitment to compete and succeed is greater than ever before. Unfortunately, 3 decades later, the same question remains. Why are so many athletes continuing to fail? Welcome to Smart Jock, the premier youth athletic company. At Smart Jock, our dedicated team has created the perfect blend of new technology, education, and real-life experiences to revolutionize the world of sports. Our company's mission is to make every athlete better. A few of our products and services include Smart Jock apps, Smart Jock IQ, Smart Jock workshops, Smart Jock online classes, and Smart Jock Media. We need your help to bring this to life. So many families are in need of Smart Jock and they don't even know it. We can't do it without you, the fans, to give us that boost to get started. It's kind of like having the home field advantage. Your donations matter and every dollar makes a difference. To support our team, visit www.smartjock.net. That's www.smartjock.net. Remember, Smart Jock is not just a slogan, it's a way of life.
Hey everyone, welcome back to I Am the CEO Show. I am your co-host, Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator. And right now, today, I'm joined by my co-host,
Mr. James Burrell, aka the Professor. What's happening?
James. We dropped off and left them off. I kind of touched on this topic, but I want to clarify that we were talking about the selling process. And I used a reference. I brought up the case recently with the Amber Geist, the police officer who killed the gentleman in Texas. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say, I don't want to leave off on that. I want to say, you know what? My heart really does go out to the family and to the gentleman who recently got killed. Don't know the details, but one of the star witnesses was killed. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to get into the politics of the show, but I did want to really make sure I took time and reference his loss, his life to his family. You know, I don't want to just use it as a sales reference and not realize that was somebody's life there.
Yes.
And 2 lives was lost. As well as the police officer who's now, her life has changed. She had a choice. The other 2 didn't have a choice. But looking at this, going back to this though, as a business owner, entrepreneur, you're out here trying to grind. A lot of people working a 9 to 5, still building their business, still trying to make their money. You still got bills to pay. You got life. How do you, now I want to touch on this, how do you make time? Because we've had some projects of things we're trying to launch our business. And time has been a factor. Like, how much can you get done, and when do you give up this, and when do you give up that? Because of 24 hours in a day, how do you make time for you? How important have you found that to be just in life?
Man, I mean, Eric, it's programming for the most part, man. It really is, because the society will program you to value certain days over other days.
Okay.
It'll tell you to value certain times over other times. Okay, so again, it's a mental game. I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's all because it's nothing physical that's doing this. It's all a mental game.
Okay.
Okay, it's the reason why. Take Friday for an example.
Okay.
What's the difference between Friday and Thursday? The name.
The name. And I get to party on Friday though. Friday's my party.
It's from a mental aspect. Okay? I've seen people start off at 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. on Friday, around 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, right? Then one mode. Then after 5, 6, 7, 8 on a Friday, totally different mindset, totally different person, total different perspective on time. Okay, so it's all mental, and when I want to take that route because I wanted people to understand that the time, right, it's all relative to what you feel is the most priority in your life,
and that's big when you mention that, because that's a hard component, because when you have so many things pulling on your time, so many things telling you how to value your time, because James, you made a good point. Technically, there's no difference from a Sunday and a Saturday by design. It's the same 24 hours on Sunday, same 24 hours on Saturday.
Yep.
By design. The same thing on Monday, same thing on Tuesday.
Yep.
By design. Because it's funny, because I hear people who work different week shift work, and they may get off on Tuesday and they off on Wednesday and Thursday, and they'll be like, today is my Friday. Today's my Friday. Y'all heard it before. They don't say today's my Tuesday. Today is my Friday. So we've been conditioned. How long has this been programming been going on?
Since we were small. You go to school Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
The weekends, they convince you to say, these are the days that you don't work. Think about that. From a little kid, you've been told to only work 5 days. Try that as an entrepreneur and see how successful that is.
Woo! You're right. See, because entrepreneurs, you got to work that Saturday. It's just as hard as you work on Wednesday. And depends upon your faith and your religion. So I don't want to break no toes, but guess what? You got to work on Sunday just as hard as you worked on Tuesday. See, entrepreneurs, there's no time, there's no days off. It's the work. You got to decide, how do you make time for you? You're right, James. It's that mindset. You got to make it relative to what's valuable to you. What's valuable? Is 9 to 5 valuable to you? Or is 6 to 12 valuable to you? Or is that 1 a.m. to 4 p.m. valuable to you? But I see a lot of entrepreneurs, we chasing the money, we chasing the dream. And in chasing the dream, we never stop. We never get off the rat race. We never get off the Ferris wheel. We never stop to sit back and take time to reflect and take time to relax.
And this one to hit home too. A lot of people don't know they're turning off their own income potential themselves. They just turning it off.
Wow. So should I take time for myself as an entrepreneur? Am I required to take some time for myself?
Yes. But it just might not look like everyone else's though.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, because the way you might be looking at your situation compared to someone else that's working a job and they have 2 weeks of vacation built into their pay structure.
Okay.
As an entrepreneur starting up a business, you don't.
Okay.
You don't have a built-in 2 weeks of paid vacation.
Okay.
So when they're off on the vacation and taking selfies on the beach with their toes out, you may not be able to do that, bro.
Okay. But I still need to take time for myself.
Yeah.
So see, I want y'all to catch it because we're saying something, James. Because the other day I got a call from somebody and they would say, Eric, and people always say to me all the time, Eric, you're working too hard, man. You need to take time for yourself. You need to slow down. You need to stop. You need to take a break. And what they don't realize is I have my breaks when your breaks are. I take breaks maybe several times. My break time doesn't look. I may take a break on a Wednesday. You take a break on a Saturday and Sunday. I may take a break on a Wednesday. I may break different times. I may break from a 10 o'clock into 4 o'clock. I may take a long lunch break. I may take a break throughout the week. Hey, I'm 10 to 4. I'm shutting it down. Whereas on a typical job, you can't do that.
Right.
So your breaks have to seem in the evenings or take weeks off. It's not programmed in. See, so entrepreneur, that's big, James. When you become an entrepreneur, you got to make time for yourself, but you got to understand it may not look like everybody else's, and that's a big thing.
That's big. That's big. And then you can get caught up into comparing and thinking that you're failing because your vacation don't look like Susie's over here.
Yeah, because Susie's at the Bahamas. She's on the beach. She's traveling all around. I see that. And it just creates stress and pressure now. So now instead of building your business, you're spending money. You're chasing after a lifestyle that really doesn't fit the lifestyle that you signed up for.
Whoa.
That's heavy.
I'm going to sip on that one.
So when you become an entrepreneur, you sign up for a different lifestyle than everybody else. And a lot of y'all are chasing after a lifestyle that you didn't sign up for. Why? Because my boss is making $150,000, but I'm only making $40,000. So I want to live the lifestyle of that $150,000 person. So I go start my own business. But my $150,000, my money as an entrepreneur doesn't look like the same money as an employee who's making $150. My $150 as an entrepreneur, or my $80, whatever it is, it may look different. So my break time may look different. The things I can do look different. James, somebody wrote a post today, and it was good. This gentleman's an entrepreneur, business person. And the post said, when you take popcorn, it's in the same grease, on the same fire, at the same temperature, and pour popcorn into a pan. But every kernel don't pop at the same time.
Wow. That's heavy.
That's heavy. And see, a lot of times we looking around wondering why we ain't popping. Because somebody else is popping already. But then somebody else replied, so what about the popcorn that stays in the pan and gets burnt? Sometimes once you popped, it's time for you to move. So some of y'all are called to move out of your comfort zone. Expand your life. Expand your business. Maybe you've been thinking about that, but you're not quite at the entrepreneur. Say, Eric, I'm sitting in my office. I'm sitting at work. I'm watching my cubicle. Maybe I'm watching right now from my phone, or I'm going to watch this on my way home. You're on your way home. You're watching this later. And you've been thinking about it. But just like that popcorn, it's time for you to move and go get that business started. But make time for you. It ain't going to look like everybody else. So let me just ask you this question, James. So have you ever felt yourself needing to take a break along in your entrepreneur journey? Has your body, let me ask you this, because I know your mind, because it's going to be hard for y'all for this one, because James ain't giving up on nothing. Has your body ever told you and made you feel like, yes, I do need to take some time for me?
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that's really been able to get through to me is my body. I really do. I mean, because it's just a different game. Like I understand my time differently now.
Okay.
So I respect it, and I'm confident in my ability to create with the resources that I've been given. So it's kind of hard for me to, like, I want to work. Like, yes. It's a difference. Like, I talk to people who are on, and again, I'm not bashing job, but I talk to people who work. They don't want to work. Like, all they talk about is being off. Okay, the only I can't wait till I get off. I see posted people say I'm watching the clock. I can't wait to get out of here. They want to speed the week up. Can't wait till it's Friday. They just want to skip from Tuesday all the way. Those great days in between, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Forget all them. Let's get to Friday so I can get out of here.
That's true. Tuesday's a good day, y'all.
Okay, they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You follow me? So I have a different perspective on it. I want to be in the trenches.
Yeah.
You follow me? Because I know I'm just, I respect the game. Like it's ownership. This is for me, my son, my grandson, his grandson. Like, so it's, the perspective is totally different.
Totally different.
So my body is the only thing that's really is going to slow me down.
See, I'm great. Y'all, I'm going to give y'all some, me and Jane, this ain't rehearsed. But this is where, as a business partner, this is where the therapy comes in. I'm going to let you into this therapy session. Because I know James, and he does that. And his body has to slow him down. But what I'm going to share to him on air, live on air, because it could be you. So I want y'all watching. This could be you. See, it's one thing between being lazy and not doing anything. It's one thing not trying. But I'm going to tell you, James, guess what? You got to program in some time. This is, when we came up, I came up with this topic. This is what I slid this one in on him. I thought about him in mind when I put this topic in here. And I was going through the topic, just letting the conversation go. And we didn't rehearse this one because I just put it in there. And so I'm just letting it go, seeing where he's going with it. We got to be able to schedule in some time. And it might not look like everybody else's time. But maybe you know what? Maybe you do. I know it's going to hurt you. I don't want to go to the movies. But maybe you do got to go for a long walk. Maybe you do have to take, maybe it's not a whole day. But maybe you do got to take a half day and say, you know what? I need to go over here and do this. I need to recharge. I need to take the next 3 half days and go do this. Y'all ain't seeing me. My phone is off. I'm unplugging so I can do more. You know what I mean? And in sports, and I'm going to put it in sports, in sports, there's an off season. And a lot of players train in the off season, but the great ones, they take their off season time to recover. They get away. They go away. They may not go away forever, but they go away so their body can recharge before they go right back into it. You know, I remember listening to LeBron James. He was like, man, I came out, we went to the playoffs, and there's a couple of other players, and we went to championship, but then turned right back around. We had the Olympics right after that. And it's like, there was no time. So he realized that, man, I really now have to try to cram in this, and I got all these people pulling at me, and I had to just disappear for a week or two because I wouldn't be ready for the season if I didn't get this time to recharge my body. And he said the following season he could feel the difference. And he's like, I don't know if I want to do the Olympics thing again because now looking back at it, it was great to represent my country.
Right.
But it didn't give me the recovery that my body really needed. So, my thing to you, James, you got a plan. Put it in your calendar. Write it down. If you don't put it on there, you don't let your body force you. And a lot of y'all, don't let your bodies force you into taking a time out. Entrepreneurs, this is for you.
So right.
Business owners, CEOs, because I got the same spirit. My body has to force me to take a time out. And people telling me, but I'm not listening, because I'm like, y'all don't get it. You ever felt that way, though? That people don't get it?
Big facts.
Has anybody ever told you, James, you need to take a break?
I get it all the time.
And what's your response to it, really?
You want to know the real answer?
Yeah.
I break when I'm in the ground.
Never heard him say that, but you know what? I always tell people this. Dinosaurs been gone for, they said, 1 million years. I got a long time to rest when I'm dead. I'll stop when I'm dead. I had the same answer. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want y'all to die before it's your time. Take a break. See y'all next week. Thank you for tuning in.